And we're back with Root. We're back in Furfallen with the Thorned Roses. And we have our wonderful DM here to indoctrinate us into a bunny cult. Either that, or we end up blowing the place up. Guess we haven't decided yet what we're doing. But, we usually wing it anyway, so that'll be fun. What happened last session? Does anyone remember?
So yeah, welcome back everybody. Sorry about last week, but we're gonna do our best today. If anything cuts out, I'm having internet issues. We will see what happens. We will make do. This is chaotic already, so it's nothing new for Root. So last session, you all kind of gathered yourself in Three Stones. You went to. Did you go to the police? Did you go to the sheriff before or after? I can't remember. But you made your way towards. So with Jules's ingenuity, he created something called the Jewel Box, which is like a cart/bike hybrid to help kind of transport you guys through the clearings to get to Scrungledon.
We went fast!
You went very fast. Ended up kind of like one of your wheels getting stuck in the ground where someone had purposefully like dug a hole and then covered it over. Your wheel got stuck. It had thrown Jules head first over his seat, and the rest of you kind of ended up under the cart. Thankfully, not too much damage. Jules was able to sort of patch it back together, and you guys eventually made your way to Scrungledon to meet up with the medical supplies cart. Just before arriving, name's escaping me. Valentino hid inside a potato sack, essentially disguised himself as a sack of potatoes to avoid detection from the Marquis, who were in charge of assembling this medical delivery, essentially. So you approached with caution and did your best to hide him from view to make sure that he wasn't spotted by any of the people in case he was recognised. You approached the cart and there were two dogs. I think we established that they were a bulldog and a pit bull. And there was also a squirrel and a cat, a very large cat with several scars, sort of sitting in the front. So he was essentially like the muscle, like the driver of the muscle. They were loading up this cart. You learned that Faye, the squirrel, was in charge of inventory, and you guys had a discussion where there was some fast talking to convince her that you were trustworthy enough to make your way back to Three Zones with them as the escort. So there was a little bit of, I believe there was a little bit of forgery involved in this situation. And Faye herself was a little bit dubious up until the point that she recognised Ratthew. And through just knowing some people, Ratthew and Faye kind of hit it off because Faye went to school with his wife. So that kind of upped up your trustworthiness for them. And you guys as a group made your way back to Three Stones, and sort of on your way it was revealed that the holes in the ground were being made deliberately by what appeared to be children from potentially Rosalind's burrow. Not exactly.
Uh-oh. Is that the internet we were talking about earlier?
Perhaps.
Alright. Let's quickly get into the church and take out these bunnies while we can. Whilst they're all, like, AFK.
quick, while they're asleep.
Sean, go to 3 stones where you guys delivered medical supplies.
Can you start over from not exactly? Something about where the people are coming from that dug the hole. You cut it out.
Am I back now?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me? I've lost Foundry with me.
Oh no.
So I wasn't sure if I'd lose you guys too. Obviously, I did for a minute. I'm back because you can hear me. Right. Okay. I'm good.
Yes.
So I'm gonna quickly go through this as quick as I can, just so we can get into it, just in case I do cut out again. So the guys in the forest were making holes in the ground deliberately, and they were essentially mugging people. And one of you guys, I believe it was Jules, had seen one of these children in the woods. Who was it?
It's Quillon.
Because
It was Quillon. Sorry.
I scared a child in the woods.
And you followed the child, but you didn't follow them. You didn't follow them too far. Thankfully, you didn't, because as a result of this, Faye was mentioning that people were getting mugged essentially. So stick to the pathways. You make your way back to 3 Stone, where you delivered the medical supplies to the sheriff, Wesley, who was very pleased to see you. You guys were cleared of all charges. You guys had really successfully completed all the tasks. And he was more than happy for you guys to go off and do your own thing. You've essentially cleared your name. The medical supplies, I believe you guys took them to the Bunny Brotherhood for them to distribute, because obviously they were a central hub and they love helping people. And then the majority of you made your way back to the inn, which has had a massive transformation, filled with people.
Specifically Corvids.
There is a corner of this inn, this pub, that is literally filled to the brim with, I think it's 6 or 7 Corvids, we said. And they're just sort of chilling. And you guys head up, you take Valentino up to a room where you empty him from his potato sack. I believe Quillon and Molevin had some words to help Valentino see maybe the error of his ways in some of his behaviours. It got a bit heated. Molevin kind of went downstairs to get a drink, at which point Quillon had seen some bits and pieces when he was hanging around the church still, and then later came in to speak with the Corvids that had assembled and had piqued their interest, speaking about this particular conspiracy of the Bunny Brotherhood. And you have not only grabbed the attention of these Corvids, but you've also dragged poor Friedrich the cat into this. Poor Friedrich, it was the driver, the muscle for your expedition from Scrungledon with the medical supplies.
Yes, we're
you
both
have a
killers,
kind of
so
you both have a quiet respect for one another, knowing that you've kind of both got the air of murder in your history. Friedrich can't say anything. The poor cat had his tongue cut out by the Eerie, or at least that's what you've been told. But you seem to have become quite steady comrades, essentially, as a result. So, we discussed just at the end of the session what you guys would be doing. And most of you seem to be up for... Sorry, 1 second. Most of you decided that you were kind of up for this situation. And... Sorry, can you still hear me?
yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, you decided you were up for this situation, and some of you started to kind of assemble around the table. It's only Valentino. Are you approaching the table of Corvids?
To me?
Yes, you.
Well, to find Quillon, I assume.
Yes, we
Okay, that's fine.
left
I
the-
just needed to check.
Yeah.
So, Valentino, you've come downstairs. You've kind of given like a vague apology to Molevin, and then made your way over to where Quillon is sitting amongst all of these corvids and a cat. This cat is
Oh, there
wearing
you are, Quillon.
the uniform of the Marquis. You were in the potato sack, so you weren't aware that this guy was still around. He couldn't talk, so you wouldn't have been able to recognize a voice at all. And as you approach and sort of, oh, Quillon, there you are. Quillon looks over. The cat also looks over. And your eyes meet, and there is recognition there. This cat stands and immediately runs over to you.
Ah,
This cat
I'm not doing autographs
Was-
right now.
This cat you recognize immediately as your previous bodyguard. His name was Freddy.
Ooh. Freddy.
He runs over to you
It's
and he outstretches
Okay.
his arms, and for a split second you think maybe he means to attack you, but he scoops you up in the biggest hug.
Oh, Freddy, Freddy. It's been what? Several days. I haven't seen you.
He literally lifts you off your feet and hugs you so tight. It's almost like a bear hug for you, being like the sensitive, like posh boy that you are. And then he sets you down on your feet, and he kind of holds you by the shoulders, and he's checking to make sure you're entirely intact.
I'm alive. Yes, thank you for your concern. A simple hello and how do you do would have done.
He kind of he glances around at the rest of you, knowing full well that you've all been told. And then he kind of looks at Valentino again, and then he opens his mouth, and you can see there's no tongue there.
Ah, what happened? Freddy, they've mutilated you. Just
He
like they
nods
did me.
slowly.
I gesture to my ear. I've only had a nick out of it, but it's still a functional ear. But
Yeah.
I think
That's comparable
Valentino's
to your
comparing
missing
it to
tongue.
exactly. Like we're the same. We've both been marked by the Marquis, branded as exiles.
Yeah, he nods in agreement, just like, I can't really say anything else, but yes. You can see there's both rage but relief in his eyes. Like, he's angry at the fact that you've both been through this, and he's angry at whatever has happened, but he's so relieved to see you and to see you in one piece. He scrambles about, and he sort of gestures like for someone who has like a paper and a pen, or
Quillon will
I-
produce it. I think.
I
Yeah.
believe this is a job for Molevin.
Oh, Molevin. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Molevin. He
A
immediately
paper and
takes the
pen.
pen and paper from you, Molevin, and he gives you a really grateful nod, and he just starts frantically scribbling away on this piece of paper. And he will hand it to you, Valentino. The handwriting is atrocious. It's really, really difficult to read.
Oh dear.
But the
need to
general
work
gist
on
of
your
it is,
calligraphy.
the general gist of the letter is essentially, when you went missing, I was worried that they'd got to you before I could help you. When I heard you were in Scrungledon and they were deploying forces to hunt you down, I got ahead of them. That's why I was with the medical car. I was hoping to find you.
Oh, it makes sense now. Well,
And then you see
They
an
likely
extra
would
note at the
have.
bottom. And you see one last note at the bottom, and it says, "It was not the Eerie that took my tongue."
The Marquisiat. Yes. They are. They have no lows they won't steep to. And yes, I would have likely got caught up in all of that business, but my dearest companion here, Ratthew, managed to save me from that. And I stayed low with a family of rats. And Ratthew has shown me around, and it got a little bit too hot in Scrungleton, so we made our way over to Three Stone Falls and picked up a few jobs, cleared our names, or at least I don't think my name's fully cleared, but at least the
Yeah, I
group's
think you're
names.
still in something, Valentino.
It's true. But we've been staying one step ahead of the Marquisiat. We've already stopped one of their plans, and we plan to subvert another now, which is what led us to the bunny cult. We didn't really have much information on them. You don't know anything about the bunnies, do you, Freddy?
He nods his head, and he turns over the bit of paper
Oh.
that he'd written on, and he starts scribbling again.
Oh yes, please. Use as much of Molvin's fine parchment as you need.
It says he tries to keep it as brief as possible. It just says they are no religious organization. They are run by a group out of Yellow Belt.
Yellow Bell. Yes, we did hear they had connections there. You wouldn't happen to know anything about Erie Dynasty jewelry, do you? And why they would be smuggling it into Three Stones Fall?
He pauses for a minute and then slowly shakes his head. He doesn't seem to know anything about that.
Right, well, are you up for a little late night Sunday school?
He scribbles again. It says, I'm not great with school, but I'm up for some fun.
Good. All right. Well, join the team then, Freddy. This is Operation Thorned Roses, and we're going to infiltrate the bunny cult. But we should definitely talk more on how we can get back at the Marquisiat and punish those responsible for what they've done to you.
He just scribbles one last note that says, you'll have to do all the talking.
Yes, quite. Well, I'm used to that. Now, what's our plan of action here, exactly?
You would probably see that Quillon's plan clearly involves all these corvids.
Oh, yes. Excellent. Corvids. These are friends of yours, right? Part of the...
Friends, associates, as always.
Have you done missions together before, or?
Look, we've always never seen each other before. You know the rules, Valentino. Do you have any idea who this is? And I like motion to another corvid, like to one that they've clearly been talking to for the past half hour.
The entire group of like 6 or 7 corvids all start shrugging their shoulders at each other. Like they're neither going to admit or deny knowing or affiliating with one another. So they just start shrugging. interpret that how you will.
Hmm. Well, they say birds of a feather flock together. So here we all are.
Yeah, Valentino may have seen
Until the
like a
cat
moment
comes.
of it.
I think
may
it's the
have
extended
seen.
warning. Sorry. Oh yeah, I just realized like the full quote. Birds of a feather flock together until the cat comes. Almost sounds like a conspiracy theory like code. Like
Yeah. Valentino would have seen that when Frederick had approached him like without warning, Quillon clearly got like very like protective for a moment. Like nearly drew steel on this person that he clearly like trusts before like stopping.
oh yes, it's quite alright, Colin. This is Freddy. He's one of my loyal and faithful bodyguards. They are, yes, unlike the other Marquisiate, they seem to have also been, well, mutilated as such.
Quillon, who's already been sort of like getting along with Frederick, his eyes will widen and he will like walk over to Frederick and then like more so than they did before, they will like firmly grasp and shake Frederick's hand like enthusiastically. Clearly they've been doing the same job. They've worked with the same person.
Yeah, has no idea what's going on here. You like he's seen Valentino, and then all of a sudden you've come up and just started shaking his hands. He's kind of like, "Bye," and then he kind of looks to Valentino for some sort of clarification as to what's going on.
You might have met Quillon in passing. They've been working for me as a loyal butler and handler.
He gives a slow nod, and then Quillon, you feel the sort of the hand that's gripping your own kind of tightens, and he gives you a much more firm handshake.
They're the ones that got me out of Talonflake to begin with.
You can see at this point, Freddy is like nodding, and he's kind of come to understand that, you know, the reason why he feels maybe so much camaraderie with Quillon is because they're in the same line of work, and it just so happens that the person that they're looking after is the exact same person. So now there's a sense of like really strong, like brothers in arms kind of situation going on. The rest of you can kind of, it's almost like this weird sort of atmosphere. If you picture an anime where you've got like two like sub protagonists realizing that they are like besties with the protagonist, it's that kind of moment that you're kind of witnessing right there. And then you can see sort of behind one of the crows has pulled out like a large parchment and has like laid it flat, and they've put like mugs on each of the corner to hold it flat, and then they've started scribbling like a layout of the church.
It's like everyone's Quillon. It's like there's 8 Quillons here. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
And what kind of cat is Freddy again?
It's like a calico.
He's a calico, yeah.
Which is like uncommon. It's uncommon for male cats to be calicos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's fair. They're expensive.
Oh. Okay.
So how often did Quillon will just sort of like mutter for a moment before turning to the map and going. So the plan is there's only so many of these bunny brotherhood, and they can't keep track of all of us at all times if we're all asking and needing things. The chaos of a flock all at once. They help the needy, so we be greedy.
Yes, the best way to infiltrate is to be the opposite of what they are. And they all sort of like start like clacking their beaks, kind of like in agreement.
So are we going in under cover of nightfall or something?
I mean, only so many of them will be awake at this hour.
Ooh.
May be very well worth our time.
Yeah, so Quillon, when you did hang back to look at the church, you kind of peered through one of the windows. The cart that you'd seen them previously shipping, like, air quotes, the pickle barrels in, is gone. It's
Yes.
not there. And then when you looked through the window, you saw about 7 or 8 of these bunnies kind of like gathered in the middle, and then they sort of had a bit of a chat, and then they dispersed across the church. And that's the point where you were kind of like, okay, let me go and talk to my buddies. So that's kind of what you've vaguely got an idea of right now.
Yep. Essentially, my plan overboard is that I'm going to cause a bit of chaos in the form of a bunch of people all at once needing different things and asking different things of them, since they welcome the needy in the church at all hours of the day. Effectively. It's overwhelm and disperse and keep track of situation, trying to get lost in the chaos and find some proof or other things we can do effectively.
Okay, so we're trying to expose them amidst the chaos. We're trying to be sneaky and find proof that these guys are up to something stinky.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
All right. What would you like me to do? I can be quite distracting.
Mr. Valentino, we can do the confession thingy. That'll keep him busy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you got a lot of sins to confess,
Confession.
Valentino.
It's to the letter, right?
Oh. Very well. Yes, I suppose I have some things I could
There's-
get off my chest.
Probably something that you feel guilty about. Like, there might be a time where you forgot to wipe your shoes. Because there was no one near you to wipe them for you.
That's true.
It's supposed to be a confession, but it turns into a list of complaints that he's had in his life.
Yes, problems he's had with other people.
Oh my god.
I confess I've had issues with the poor folk.
Oh.
All right. So you want me to go in the front and
Effectively,
make a distraction?
Aren't we all coming in from the front?
We're all going in at the same time to cause as much annoyance and chaos as possible.
So would you like the would you like the rest of the Corvids to also be doing this, or would you like them to sort of disperse and investigate?
I think it's basically like the goal is as many hands in the pot as possible so that they don't see whichever hands are actually looking for what we're like looking for. Like basically like too many people to keep track of all at the same time.
Okay. If you guys are actively looking for clues, what I would say is I would leave the bulk of the distraction for the Corvids, just because you guys will need to make certain rolls in order to be successful in your investigation. So if the Corvids are doing the investigating, they don't necessarily have the feats that you guys do to help with the investigation, is what I'm saying.
Yes, the Corvids are mainly a distraction. They are.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to clarify. That's cool.
Yeah, and like there are a bunch of Corvids. They're like I imagine that a bunch of Corvids showing up, like, they would probably go, oh well, now we have to have more people watching them and like spend a bunch of time watching these Corvids because menaces.
Not only menaces, but they have a reputation for being shifty, but not in a malicious sense. Just in a, oh great, it's these idiots, these kooks, these crazy people.
Yeah,
you know, they're those
That's
guys that kind of stand out in the
profiling.
middle of nowhere and like plague about like the end of the world being nigh.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you say the end of the world being night?
I also instruct them on the most annoying questions to ask that would take the Bunny Brotherhood like a proper amount of time to answer, like from the pamphlet earlier. We kind of like I imagine the Corvids going through and like trying to find the most like pointed and annoying like questions that would have to be like really thought out to like give a real answer to about the pamphlet. Just imagine the Corvids all squawking out these like really intense like pointed questions about your patron deity.
Absolutely. One of them literally gets up after a few minutes and runs over to Molevin, and he starts kind of he sits down next to you. He grabs a bit of paper and he starts like sketching out his own leaflet.
Oh yeah, I can help him with the wordings, making sure everything's, I read a lot of their books. I can point out all the inconsistencies,
Yeah, so he wants to make like the anti-leaflet for the Bunny Brotherhood, just to like irk someone, essentially.
Oh,
yeah. Effectively, I'm sending a horde of journalists to really annoy the Bunny Brotherhood, like a journalist and pickpockets and thieves.
Not Don Lennon.
But yeah, that's my plan, is a bunch of people who will clearly gossip and expose any information they find, so they have to be watched heavily and redirected and...
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, they're gonna spread so much gossip otherwise, if they get even the slightest bit of misinformation. They're gonna be like those conspiracy theorists that you find on Facebook.
That's my plan. If everyone else is cool with that plan.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sure. What other plan do we have again?
Valentino is free to become part of the distraction or part of the investigation crew, depending on what he wants to do.
I think I'll be part of the distraction crew.
Right.
But it depends depends how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Well, I learned last time that they pulled some pages out of a book. I will inform Molevin. You do know that they pulled pages out of a book.
Yes, I was quite curious on how my grandfather's book was destroyed. I was suspicious of them, but To be honest, I was blinded by their hospitality.
The Corvid next to you kind of pipes up and it's like, yes, they're too nice.
Exactly.
Nobody that nice has nothing to hide.
And nobody gives away damaged books for free. So
We
yeah,
have a
you guys.
sort of signal. You end up in the midst of a deep and dark dungeon. How are you going to get a hold of me?
Oh, I can make a whistle.
Hmm.
Well, it makes a
All
very
right.
high-pitched noise that only you can hear.
Oh.
That sounds like a good idea. Well, Jules, this is why you're the brains.
There they are.
Yeah. So Jules, if you're making, do you have this whistle or do you need to make it?
I am gonna jury rig a flute or
Fabulous.
something.
Do it. Do it.
Where is moves? Jury rig. What do I roll with cunning? That's a 7.
So yeah, you're successful. It's a little bit on the crude side, in terms of design, but it doesn't need to be pretty. It just needs to work, which it does. You test it out in the middle of the bar while there's a lot of chatter still going on. You know, the Corvids are all talking amongst each other, and you've still got like the crowd from the bar as well. And Valentino, you do hear the high pitched whistle.
Like a recorder.
Yeah.
It's like when like a toddler has a recorder. They don't know how to play it, and it's just like they put most of the entire thing in their mouth and start blowing on it, and it's like awful.
Yes, I hear the racket. That'll do.
Like Valentino, you've got great
that's
hearing
really-
already. Like the fact that this thing is like, it almost makes you want to fold your ears down to block out some of the noise, but you definitely hear it, so that's a good sign.
I couldn't have made it a less annoying sound, but I guess we haven't got time
Maybe
to
a bit more time.
perfect our instruments.
Here, Kellen.
Yep, I will. I'll take it.
You'll probably see that there is a small crack from blowing it once. So next time it will fall apart. Or it will make noise. If you're gonna attempt it to use the third time, we'll see.
Perfect. Right. Well, then, like I say, if it ends up being a very deep rabbit hole, you can call me and I'll come a flying.
Ratthew,
be,
what's
careful down
your
there.
plan? What's your idea?
Is he back? He was BRB a
Oh,
second ago.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, about 5 minutes ago, so I don't know if he's back yet.
He may not be back. Are you coming, Molevin?
Oh yes, seems like the story of the century. I would be a fool to miss it.
Do you plan on joining the reporters or the stealth party?
Oh, I'm not much for stealth myself, so I'll join the reporters. I have quite the number of questions in my brain to ask.
It will be hard to get your question through if all of us are yelling. Us
Hey.
referring to other Corvids.
I'll manage, I believe.
To almost emphasize the point, you've got all the Corvids are still gathered around the table with their makeshift map, and they're all like each pointing to things and making comments all at once while this conversation's happening, and they are like they're quite content talking over the top of one another. So you can imagine what they're going to be like when they're doing it deliberately.
A bunch of people like a bunch of people who like repeatedly talk over each other with no care about talking over each other, and repeatedly it just gets louder over the course of time is like the worst situation to be in for me. Oh my god, that would be so much sensory information.
It would be so much for my brain, but like I've been in that situation before. It's ridiculous. So, are we all happy with this plan? Is there any
Yes,
preparation you guys want to do before you head over?
I'm gonna pull out the professor's glasses and put it on Valentino's nose so that he nominally a little bit looks like a different guy. Just a little bit of a different.
Just like
Aw.
the glasses and mustache, like disguise.
Effectively.
Well, I do have disguise.
Oh,
Potato sack is a disguise.
No, not that.
I was gonna say, to be fair, that fooled everybody who was on the medical cart, including Freddy. So it worked.
I mean, that's fooled people thinking he's a sack of potatoes, not another person.
It's still a disguise.
So, let's see. Where's my moves? I'm certain I had disguise.
your roguish feat sits on the left.
No, that's just sneak.
Yeah, that is
Getting in and out of
also
places
disguise,
out
right?
unseen. Is it? Oh. Can
Oh,
sneak
here might
be
be
used
disguise.
to...
Get in the way of that before it.
So can sneak be used to form a disguise?
Let me look. Of course, this is
No,
Steph's
that's
decision, but
stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking. Bear with me 2 seconds. Sorry. Like my gut says it's okay because again, sneak is you're trying to hide yourself. You're just trying to hide as another person. I just want to.
Where's the other stuff I have? Where's my... Oh, playbook moves here. I mean, I can also just trick them into thinking.
I'd say
things.
it's sneak is more like sort of like a sleight of hand situation.
Is there a specific move for disguise itself?
No. I would say
So
if
would it be
it's
the
not a
next
feature,
closest?
I'd say if it's not a feature that you have like in description already, or you can't associate it with something close enough, you are essentially trusting fate. Because I know you have a feat that is you are instantly recognizable. You have been in this church and these bunnies have seen you before. So my brain says you are trusting fate. Because you are taking quite a big risk because you are very recognizable at this point.
The other option is I just lean into that and just go that I'm here to bring in extra people who are needy.
Yeah,
I mean, you are the pickle inspector. You have been there throughout the day,
That's
so
right.
encouraged you
I just
to
lean into
do some
that.
good. So yeah, you can absolutely lean into that.
Yeah, that may be a
Okay.
good way to do it. Is you?
I think that is probably your
Alright.
better option, considering the feat that you
Yep.
have already about being recognized.
All right.
All right.
Okay, I
Any
know what
other
I'm
prep?
doing.
I will mark a depletion to have a to have a poison. I
Okay.
think with my new move. Poisons and antidotes.
Sure, mark that decay,
Uh,
and you can have some poison.
huh. Sleep, weakness, inebriation, or death.
Entirely up to you.
Shake or death?
I will say.
I will just
a-
remind you that if you use poison for death, you are not able to use that blood for Valentino unless you want to also kill him.
Oh, it can be ingested or it can be applied to weapons.
No, I'm just saying if you killed someone using this, their blood is
yes.
effectively poisoned. So if you tried to give that to Valentino, there'd be repercussions there.
Yes. Then I think I will make it a sleep poison, because if they're sleeping, I could kill them anyway.
Sure.
So I will go for a sleep. I mix some herbs together.
Yeah, sure. If there's anything that you don't have that you kind of need, Ash's kitchen is pretty well stocked, and she's quite content with you guys coming and going as you please at this point. You've brought booming business back to her, so she's not really going to complain too much if you want to go and help yourselves.
Yeah. Yep, that is all I need, I think, is some sleep poison.
Cool. Anybody else got anything that they want to prep wise?
Ooh, Quillon, are you using a new perfume? I smell lavender. Oh, is it wolfsbane?
It's a wolfsbane and chamomile. Guaranteed to give you at least 16 hours of sleep.
Oh goodness, that's a lot of hours.
Sounds like more like an induced coma.
Oh.
Okay. If you guys are all prepared, any last minute things before I push on?
I think I'm prepared.
Okay.
If Ratthew has something, we can always circle back to him.
Fabulous. So yeah, at this point it is probably just past sort of midnight. You guys head out, and you can see that the church is still lit up because it's open 24/7. It's open to everyone and anyone. The cart is still missing. And are you just going like en masse up the steps, or are you going to go in drips and drabs?
I imagine it's almost like somehow we've all appeared separately, but at the same time, it's all at once. It's kind of a
Sure. A lot of the group of corvids have kind of brought out like little like feathered bonnets, like patterned headscarves and fake mustaches, and are kind of like holding up like fake newspapers and a load of these like leaflets that Molevin has helped them create. And they all kind of bustle up the steps in like a hurried group of like old biddies, essentially, as they kind of burst through the doors of the church. And the moment they step in like the vestibule, you can hear their chattering voices kind of echo around the church. and they just sort of push past the initial bunny who was there to kind of greet them at the door. They push through and they kind of make their way up towards the altar, all kind of like in like a gaggle. And then as several bunnies come up to kind of intercept them, they disperse. And they disperse so quickly, it's almost like they teleported from one location out across, like they scattered themselves. And like within a few moments, by the time you guys actually get into the vestibule, into the entrance, there's one up in the Whispering Gallery and is harping about the end being nigh.
Oh god.
And like is leaning over like the balcony area and is waving this leaflet, being like, "Ah, the end is coming! Can't you feel it?" There's a couple of the bunnies that are like dashing up the stairs to try and get up to them to be like, "Shh, you're a little bit too loud," and like for the sort of glassy-eyed expressions that they've had every time you've spoken to them, a lot of them there is like, for a split second, there is sheer bloody panic on their faces.
Good to see their expression finally.
Yes. So this chaos.
Well, I hope you don't mind. I've invited a few of the Corvids. They are needy people, and they're going through some hard times right now. And I mentioned about the pickles being such good quality, they just couldn't help but resist.
There's one bunny quite close to you who you're sort of almost speaking to. They're almost like they're like an old lady like clutching their pearl necklace kind of thing, but it's like their holy symbol, and they're just like on the verge of like having maybe a panic attack of sorts as they look around at the chaos that these corvids are creating. They're like flapping their wings. They're shouting about the end being here. They're asking all these questions that are kind of like poking holes in their profound truths. They're essentially speechless in this moment. This one particular bunny is kind of like, what do I do? How do I stop this? What? This has never happened before. What do we do?
Trust me, it's you'll get used to it. Being popular, that is.
They're causing a disturbance. What? How do we? Oh, we have to keep them quiet. This is a church. You can't make this much noise in a church.
Oh, yes, you can. It's like worship practice.
Excuse me, can somebody show me to the library? I have a problem. I have complaints.
Yeah, complaints? What complaints? We thought you were happy.
No, on further reflection, you guys have poor management of your books and keep them in terrible condition. I would like to speak to a manager at this instant, please.
I can assure you that's not the case. We take very good care of our books. We don't have a manager. This is a church.
Well, whoever manages the books, I need to speak with them at this moment.
But the archivist is not here right now.
Alright, and who is...
Oh, please, you have to stop these birds. Please.
Well, no, see, I'm not quite happy with the library. I think this is the more pressing matter.
I imagine there's
I'm
a
more than
sound of...
happy to take your complaints, but the birds.
Can one of the Corvids swap their like official pamphlets with these fake pamphlets?
Oh, absolutely.
100%. I'm gonna look at this poor bunny and be like, I know there's no management here, there's no nothing. This is the least organized church I've ever experienced.
I didn't say there wasn't a manager. I just said that the head archivist wasn't here. The guy who manages the library, who I assumed you would want to speak to.
What's really going on here?
Soup.
And I'm gonna use my eye for the real story ability. When you read a tense situation, mark exhaustion to spot someone who knows more what they're letting on. Take a +1 to ongoing to convince them to share their secrets with you when you get them in private. So I'm gonna be like,
Okay,
you know what?
go ahead.
I'm gonna like be like, take a walk with me. Let me talk to you real quick.
You start to kind of herd this poor bunny away, and this bunny keeps like looking in every which way because every time they look one direction, one of the other corvids makes like a comment or a remark or a noise or is doing something really sketchy, and their head's like a ping pong ball at this moment. It's just like everywhere.
Sounds like there's fabric tearing or something, and they turn and see that the corvid's tearing like their own fabric, and it's not anything in the church.
So I marked an exhaustion, and then I get a +1, so that's a 9.
Excellent, that's great. Yeah, this guy. When you say you want to speak to a manager, they're like, well, there are managers here, but like not the archivist, not the one you maybe wanted to speak to. It's especially apparent that something is wrong when a couple of the corvids approach the altar where the font is. So for those of you who don't know, the font is like where they do baptisms kind of thing. So it's it looks like a giant stone chalice essentially with like water in it. And a couple of the corvids kind of beeline for this with bottles of sketchy substances. And a couple of the bunnies who were trying to herd out a couple of the other corvids immediately stop what they're doing and start charging towards them. Like they're flailing their limbs. And they're determined to sort of stop this from happening. And the bunny that you are escorting, Molevin, immediately tries to get away from you to also head in that direction.
So that
I believe they were promised soup. I think that's what they're trying to make.
Yeah, is there a manager of the soup? And I'll try to like interject
the chef
myself.
Is here, but this is the font isn't for soup.
Can you introduce me to the chef, please?
Yes. And they're trying desperately to get away from you, Molevin. But when you say that you want to see the chef, it's kind of like oh gosh, I need to keep an eye on you too because you're snooping. And
is Quillon and Valentino in the room? I mean, I know Valentino is, but is Quillon here?
I think Quillon has snuck in with the chaos because like moving with the other corvids and like then sneaking away is probably my best bet. Because there's just so many. There's just so much happening.
Then to Valentino, Molevin will like make eye contact with Valentino and like gesture to the basin or whatever the proper name I have just blanked on is for this, and to like impress that the font.
The bird's bath?
Yes. the bird bath, yes. I will gesture to Valentino that is something of an interest he should take a look at while I continue to distract this rabbit.
Alright, yes. Valentino will continue to play the ringmaster here. Like, they do need a good wash as well.
Is Ratthew in the room? Where's Ratthew?
Yeah, Rathew's in the room. I don't want. Where was that one like cache where I found the gems? Where was that at? That was in the kitchen, right, or something?
Yeah, that was in the kitchen. It was in one of the lower corner cupboards.
Okay, can I, amidst all the chaos, can I just mosey on over there? Look for clues.
Sure, Molevin, you Ratthew, you head off to the kitchen almost as soon as like the chaos starts to ensue. And as you're kind of looking around, you kind of beeline straight for where you found the lockbox before. Yeah, things are falling on me, sorry. And you open up this cabinet again, and at this point, it's empty because you took what was in there already. And just as you're about to start going through some of the other cupboards, Molevin walks in with this other bunny rabbit.
So you said the chef was in here? I need to talk to him about getting that basin full of soup for the corvids.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing, Molevin. That's why I came in here ahead of you to look for the chef because I got choice words.
You know what,
Please!
Ratthew?
Please don't
you-
put it in the font.
Ratthew, can you
It
go check
doesn't belong there.
Ratthew, can you go check the font out for me? Make sure that it's
No!
it's good for soup.
Oh no,
Yeah,
please!
I'll make sure everything's all.
This bunny is
yeah,
getting more and more distressed by the second.
it's all right. I'll make sure nothing happens to the font. There you go.
All right, now where was this chef? Would you tell me a little bit about him? Where did they go to culinary school? Where were they born?
What are
Who
the
do they train under?
credentials?
What are they? Important to me. And at the same time, could you get the archivist's name and credentials for me as well? And I'm just gonna waste this poor bunny.
Yeah, I was gonna say every time the bunny tries to answer you, all they get out is like this very distressed sort of squeak before you ask the next question.
Mm-hmm.
And again, they're getting more and more visibly distressed to the point that you think maybe they're just gonna pass out.
Hey, if this poor bunny passes out, that's Molvin's job done. Wouldn't it be the first? It wouldn't be the first time someone's passed out talking to Molevin.
Okay, do me a favor. Roll me one more cunning.
All right, let's go, Molevin. Woo!
Yeah, absolutely. It takes maybe another like 20 minutes, and then in the background they just hear. And then just in the background you just hear the Corvids saying, like, yelling bath time. And then you hear Ratthew going, oh yeah, this will be perfect for soup. And the bunny that you're with literally just collapses. They just keel over, like, with disbelief. That's it. That's the extent their nerves can take.
Then Molevin will walk out of the kitchen, like dusting his pants off and his hands. Job well done. And then I will join Ratthew to see what he finds at the bird bath, because obviously there was something important there that this rabbit was. So hopefully Ratthew could manage to find it while I was running distraction.
Yeah, so Ratthew, as you kind of go up and start talking about making soup in the thing, the two bunnies that kind of intercepted these two corvids that are insistent on taking a bath and started pouring all this dubious liquid into the font, they're trying desperately to drag them out of the holy water, essentially. And it's only when you approach about the soup do they kind of go, oh yeah, soup's a good idea, soup would be great, and then they climb out like, yeah, it's better for soup, it's not really big enough for a bathtub. And then they kind of, they each put their arms around, like, one of the bunnies and start to kind of, like, herd them away. Because they've also kind of got the gleaning that there's something about this that seems to be important. So they're going to try and get these two bunnies away from it. So they kind of hook their arms around the bunny's shoulders and are like, yeah, let's yeah, tell us more about your religion. We're kind of interested now. It sounds really, really good. They kind of try to shuffle off so that you guys can do a bit more of an investigation.
This is crazy. Yeah, I wanna check this thing out. See if there's anything around it. What's up with it? Why is this so important?
How religious are you, Ratthew? Would you say?
Ooh.
Very.
I'm not convinced. Give me.
I know of the man.
Sure.
We met on occasion.
Yeah, I don't practice.
Do you know the purpose of a font, Ratthew?
Nope.
Okay. Molevin,
You could.
do you know what a font is?
I'm sure Molevin knows what a font is.
Okay. Molevin is well read. Molevin is well versed in sort of maybe religious culture, especially within a lot of the larger cities. So although this church didn't always belong to the Bunny Brotherhood, it's a typical church. The setup is very much the same. You've got your vestibule entrance, you've got your main sort of prayer sections, you've got your altar, you've got your font. You know that the font is used to indoctrinate people into religion and to bless them. It is something that is quite key when it comes to being part of a religion. You don't know the ins and outs of what the Bunny Brotherhood do or how they utilize it, but they seem very protective of it. But that's potentially because it contains holy water, which is quite significant to them. You don't know, but all you know is what other religions use it for. So, Ratthew, you start to have a look at it. To you, it just seems like an ordinary... It just looks like a giant chalice that's made of stone, and it's got some funky water in it.
Can I dip my finger in it and like taste it?
Yeah, sure you can. Yeah, you dip your finger into it, you give it a bit of a taste. It's slightly salty. But again, you also don't know what the Corvids just poured into it. Just saying, they poured some dubious liquid into it. I did mention that a few times. So whatever was in here, it could be masked by whatever was also put in here. But as far as you can tell, it's just kind of like salty water.
Could I use my find cache ability again? My find cache ability to see if there's anything else hidden? Because I think when I found the gems, there was something else in there, but I decided to take the box of gems. But now that other thing is gone. So could I use my mark and exhaustion, use that ability again to see if there's anything else, perhaps?
Yeah, absolutely can. So as you're kind of like you're sort of circling it, and you kind of you walk up to it, you stick your finger and you taste the water. It's like, okay, well it's salty water. And then you kind of like set your hands on the side and you think, okay, hidden stash. What's significant about this? You put your hands on it and you kind of jiggle it to see if it's maybe you can move it, you can loosen it or something. And as you almost like, you expect it to be really heavy, so you lean on one end to twist it to get it to move a lot easier because it is round at the base. And as you do that, you see that beneath the base, there's something under it, like some form of maybe tunnel or trapdoor. It goes beneath the floor. You see the edges of what looks like a tunnel.
Huh. I need to get someone's attention. I need to.
I'm right here with you. I'm here.
Okay.
Molevin is with you, yeah.
Okay. Molevin, I don't want to go down there. I don't want to go in there.
Oh, come on, Ratthew. Where's your sense of bravery?
Yeah. I'm wondering the same thing, Molevin. I don't
We'll up the brightness on his little candle hat and take out his shovel. And with Ratthew behind him, can I signal Valentino, who's orchestrating the chaos? And
If you signal Jules, Jules can signal Valentino without making any noise.
Yes, I will catch Jules' gaze. Perhaps I can Jules, summon Valentino.
Wait, what? Why?
We found a
The
tunnel.
Quillon is the one with the flute.
What?
I gave the flute to Quillon.
Well,
What's up?
we found a tunnel.
It's true.
We found a secret entrance.
I imagine upon hearing the word secret entrance being whispered, Quillon is now right next to you. by sheer hands.
Didn't even need to be above.
Oh no. Steph is cut out.
Steph cut out. Oh.
Well,
Quillon teleports in.
to the dungeon. I had a feeling there'd be a dungeon.
Yes. Now we just gotta.
That's why I was like,
Now we know where it
that's
is.
why I was thinking about the whistle idea. Because I was like, if you're down below. Like, oh my god.
Steph, you
Hello?
cut out. You said you don't need to be above a, and then cut out.
Okay, can you guys hear me though?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
First things first. The secret tunnel is still blocked by the font, right?
Yeah, you can only see like the barest crack of it. So Ratthew sort of started to move it, but knowing that if he moved it any wider, the bunnies would probably spot them and obviously come over.
Hmm.
How many bunnies are
Okay.
left in this room? How many do we have to kill?
Oh my god. Jeez.
There are 7 more.
Oh, jeez.
So there's essentially
Okay.
one for each Corvid and then one for Freddy.
The bunnies, are they all kind of grouped together? Or are they
No,
spread all over around
where
us?
where the Corvids had scattered to cause chaos, the bunnies have scattered as well to try and again wrangle one each.
Okay. Is there a way I can position myself so me with my big toolbox can block line of sight from the bunnies to the font? So we can move it without them clearly seeing what's happening?
Um, I'm gonna say. Sorry.
And
Bear
if
with
the
me 2
answer
seconds.
currently is no, Quillon, can you
It's a partial.
hurt them so
It's
they're more together?
It's a partial yes. What I'm gonna get you to do is roll me. What do you have? What do you have? Sorry, bear with me 2 seconds.
Look, if it is dismantling the font, I can do that, but
No, it's not dismantling the font. It's that there are some of the bunnies are above you, so you can see down. So
oh,
you blocking in front is fine. It's whether the ones above you can see what you guys are doing.
okay.
So
And Quillon. So we have a bunch of candles, right? I presume this place is lit by candles.
yes, it is.
Oh god.
Sorry, my Foundry is playing up and trying to do shit, and it's not working. Sorry, pardon my language. Do you have a feat or anything that will help you with this? In
No,
terms of maybe like a sneak or a hide?
no. What I do have is bulky, which gives me expulsion when I attempt to hide myself.
Okay. Yeah, you're not hiding yourself though, you're hiding people
Yeah,
behind you.
yeah.
So what I'm gonna say is roll Trusting Fate. Which is
That's the 4, and I believe I need a 6 to succeed, or even a 10.
You need a 7.
Okay, you need a 7 at minimum. Yeah, you roll with luck, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh no, on a 10 or higher, fortune favors you. But we're gonna do it at a 7 just because majority of it is covered. It's just if the above ones can see you or not. So roll me luck, and if you get a 7 or higher,
I
you
got a
good.
4.
Yeah, I got a 4 on the luck roll.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they definitely sort of see you start to gather around the font. This one Corvid that is above you is hanging over the rafters yelling. So more of the attention is on them than you right now, and the bunny is trying to sort of curb that. But they do spot you, and they are clearly torn between whether they leave this corvid to their business and stop you guys or not.
How many candles are there?
There's a lot. So if you've ever been in a church,
Uh-huh.
generally when you come in to the church, there's on your left and the right of the vestibule, you have entire like shelves full of these small tiny candles that people can light for prayer. And then as you go further in, you'll have like sconces on the walls, you'll have the ones up by the altar where you guys are, you'll have the big ones that are on the altar. It's not crazily well lit, but it's for this time of night you can see what you're doing quite clearly.
What's your plan here?
Oh.
Gonna do something crazy?
I was considering doing like a whistle to get the corvids to try to blank as many candles at once. Like just.
Oh, you could 100% attempt that. And then what I'm gonna do is every single person, so all of you guys, I'm gonna get you each to roll for one of the corvids. So I want each of you to roll me 2d6 each, plus 1.
Okay.
Plus 1. Alright. That is not a good roll from Molevin.
Okay,
That's
my
not
Foundry's
good.
frozen, so you'll have to tell me what you've got.
Gosh.
Woo!
Yeah.
We have a 4, a 6, 5, 8, 4.
Well, I got a 6. Mine just wasn't +1.
Colin got a 9.
Alright, so we got
Two
Okay.
6s, 1 8, a 4, and a 9. So that is 2 successes and 3 failure.
I could do a trick shot as well to do it with a dagger.
Yeah, so the next stage of this, so now that we've got that, is that Quillon, I need you to tell me what you feel you should roll for this, and explain to me how you orchestrate everyone to do this, because you're all scattered. How do you get them to do this?
I would probably let out a coded squawk, like a squawk that is like the conspiracy related.
Kind of like Thieves' Cant.
Yes, it's it could be Blindside. For some reason, my brain goes that would be funny. Blindside.
No. The end is night.
The end is night. Yeah, the end is
Yes.
night. Yeah, I'll just yell that out. The end is night because that would be funny.
Well, that is also kind of similar to what the Corvid is yelling at the top. The end is nigh, so the end is night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be hidden underneath. I would feel like it would either be a sneak or a blindside because it is really just trying to provide an opportunity rather than.
Okay.
Though I could also I have disappear into the dark, so it could be that I'm basically providing an event. I could mark exhaustion and just basically give us a successful moment to do this where we're just dark.
Yeah. So you tell me which one you want to use.
I might as well use disappear into the dark. If you want me to, I could mark 2 exhaustion to apply it to.
No, just mark the one. Just
Okay.
mark the one for me. Then roll cunning for me.
Okay. Disappear into the dark means that I hold one, so I'll be hidden no matter what.
No, that's fine. Just roll me cunning. Just
8. Unless someone can mark exhaustion to give me a +2, which I think someone can.
just hold on a second because it might not be necessary. Could someone
Okay,
just tell me what the other Corvids rolled again, please?
Oh.
8.
we have a 1 9, 1 8, 2 6s, and a 4. Or yeah,
Okay, bear with me. Bear with me 2 seconds.
Oh yes, I forgot that I was taking them out for their birthday celebration. It's the Corvids. They've all got the same birthday, and so they're all going to blow out the candles for their birthday cake. That's right. Make a wish, everyone.
how many are there's 7 of them? What is
Yes.
what is a set of 7 twins? What was this? It's like triplets,
Septuplets.
septuplets. There you go. That's what they are. Oh no, because then Quillon makes 8, so it's actually
Octuplets.
octuplets.
Bear with me 2 seconds. Okay. So, I will say this. On average, it's a 6, basically. So it's just barely a success if I round it up, because obviously it's a 5.8 or something like that. So on average, it's a 6. So I'm going to say between the murder, it's a success. You yourself, Quillon, disappear into the darkness. And gradually, every single one of these guys starts flapping wings to the nearest candles, and they go out. There are still a few candles that are kind of like stragglers, where there's not a Corvid near them. But it's maybe 1 or 2, and this is such a large building that really the only light that you have right now, especially where the group is Molvin's candle in his helmet. But you successfully, more or less, snuff out all the light. And even more chaos starts to ensue, where the bunnies now are panicking.
It's alright, I can see perfectly in the dark. I'll find some more candles for you. I start squeaking, and I let out like this shrill, like screeching sound as a bat, and hopefully that masks any sound of like moving the chalice around. What's it called? The font.
Oh, the
The
fonts.
fonts.
Bird bath.
First fountain.
I need to use my echolocation to find some matches.
So we're gonna
Cover your ears. It's pretty awful. I'll be honest. It's
moving the font in the dark.
There's a moment where, within the panic, Quillon, you know the sound very well, but it is the sound of something heavy hitting the back of heads. It is blunt force trauma.
Oh.
And ever, like, one by one, the bunnies start to fall silent.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no!
That's Frederick.
Until there is no sound at all.
If I...
Are they sleeping?
This is Frederick in the back.
Frederick is unable to make any sound to let you guys know that he's okay.
I should have given him a whistle.
But yes,
The bunnies have been subdued. The church is now pitch black, apart from Molevin. And you are able to move the font out of the way to reveal a hidden tunnel
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Onward we go!
Secret
Ready?
tunnel.
Yeah,
So,
shovel in hand.
Secret tunnel.
I pull a Corvid over and I just go, find any correspondence in their letters if they have any. We may need to get the coppers involved in this one.
It's fine. Degs and Vivi are already on it. We will
Which
find
one's
all
that?
their
Oh,
secrets.
McDonald's.
Yeah. You just hear, we will find all their secrets. And there's like a whoosh of air. And then it's silent
We
again.
know your secrets.
Okay, let's go down the tunnel. Oh my god.
So the tunnel itself it's essentially like a black hole with a ladder that goes down. And you can hear sound from the bottom of it. But it's almost like, I don't know if you've seen the rain drums. So it's like a little musical drum that you put in the garden when it rains, and it just makes all this plinky plonky, really light sound.
Oh.
And that's kind of what you hear. It's almost like it's water maybe dripping onto something metal. But it sounds really serene and really beautiful. And the further down the ladder you go, the more you hear it. Like it's additional drops. But they're different notes.
Oh.
This sounds nice. I want to make this as well. People are gonna love this.
Am I able to gather up with them as well?
Gather up with...
With the group and head down together?
Yeah, if you guys want to head down, you can absolutely head down.
Yay!
Let out a couple of squeaks as well to Freddy.
Yeah, so if you let out a few squeaks to let Freddy know, he's worked alongside you for long enough to know that this is a signal between the two of you. It would have been like, oh, this is where I am, please come find me when it's safe, kind of thing.
Okay.
So he's very good at seeing in the dark, which is another one of the reasons that he was your bodyguard. He makes his way to you, and it's barely a few moments when you feel his paw on your shoulder.
Ah, there you are, Freddy. Right. I don't want this thing to get covered up behind me. I suppose the Corvids could protect us and stop that from happening, but
Oh,
they're all over the place, aren't they?
can I use a piece of
You meant-
wood from my toolbox to use as a door stopper?
Door stopper for...
Prevent the font from completely closing on us.
Well, the font itself isn't like an automatic thing. It's not a door. It's almost like a statue that you've had to move out of the way of the floor. So it wouldn't be able to close without someone purposefully
Okay.
shutting it.
Okay.
It's too heavy for that.
So the Corvids. So we'll ask all the Corvids. Could you just stay up here, make sure the bunnies stay down?
There's maybe like 2 still lingering in this part of the church. The rest of them have gone to like raid the archives and all the offices. But the 2 that are there, absolutely.
Okay.
We will be
Good.
on
They've got our
guard.
back. Good. Right, don't let this thing get shut behind us. All right, come on then,
You
Freddy.
got it,
Let's
boss.
go. Descent into the dungeon.
So yeah, you descend down and you meet up with everybody else who's already kind of at the bottom. You yourself, you can see quite well. Valentino, Molevin, you're essentially the light for the group.
Yep.
Oh
I'll
no,
take
I'm blind as a
point.
bat.
I got my.
Oh no,
little-
you are. But like with your echolocation, you can see better in the dark
Yeah.
than most of the others can. Is what I'm saying.
Sure, yeah. As long as I'm squeaking.
You see before you a long, empty tunnel. There doesn't seem to be much here. It's almost like it's been borrowed. Molevin, you've seen quite a lot of tunnels like this in your lifetime. It's very similar to like sort of you live in like the burrows under Talonflame, and a lot of the mole community do prefer to live underground. It's a lot quieter, and it's more neat and orderly than kind of like the upper world. So you're quite used to caverns like this. You can tell this has indeed at one point been made by a mole community.
Mm.
Most churches have a system very similar to this. It's usually a way to, once funeral rites have been conducted, it's a way to pass the bodies through without having to pull them through the streets. Would you like to make your ways down the tunnel?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll squeak on ahead so we don't end up falling into any hit traps or what have you.
No, you don't come across anything like that. As I said, the only thing you can really hear is the plinking of this thing, and as you get further in, you do start to see along the ceiling. It's almost like condensation has kind of formed, and it is dripping from the ceiling down into. They're not necessarily buckets. They kind of look like what are they called? They're kind of like those round coffee pots that have got like the cone attached where you put like the filter into the top. They kind of look like that, but they're made of metal. So the water is dripping down and it's hitting the rims of these things, and then it's making this plink noise. And you can see, as you get further into this tunnel, you can see more and more of these. And more of them are collecting this condensation that's kind of dripping from the ceiling.
Hmm. Why are they collecting this water? Is this what they put in the basin? Salty water?
Ratthew, taste it. Is it the same liquid?
Can I taste it?
You can absolutely taste it. It is indeed the same liquid. It definitely tastes saltier than regular water. It's kind of when if you pick up one of these decanters and kind of like examine the liquid that's sitting inside it, it's difficult to see because it is so dark down here. But it's almost the liquid itself. It doesn't look like milk, but it has a grey tone to it. It's not clear.
Ugh. Yeah, I think it's the same. Minus the suspicious liquids the the other guys put in it, but it's like the same.
Yeah,
These guys really could learn from the professor. Their water purification system sucks.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah, you keep going, and you literally, the further in you get, the more of these things you see, and the more of them are kind of full. And then you come across a crate that's filled with extra empties. And then you get a little bit further in. You've been walking for maybe 10, 20 minutes now at this point. And then you start to see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Are we dead?
Not that kind
I
of
see a
light at the
light.
end of the tunnel. Though judging what these tunnels would have been used for, that's kind of scary.
Quillon will immediately sneak forward to see what's in the light. Staying in the dark,
Sure.
but
Yeah, you're still shrouded by the darkness, because again, that's one of the things that you did before coming down here. And it is very dark down here. If you've moved ahead of the party as well, you're not with the light, so and you don't make too much noise. So you sneak up and you peer in. And you see a very large domed cavern down here. There's no windows, there's no doors, just the tunnel that you've come through. And it looks like the upstairs archive that you were in previously when Molevin was escorted to have a look. But it's twice as big, and it's not just books. There are shelves, there are cabinets, there are tables littered with trinkets, with statuettes, textbooks, scrolls, you name it, writing implements. There is a whole array. It looks like some sort of archaeological dig site base.
Is there anyone down here?
Not that you can see. It seems to be empty right now.
I don't like this. I don't know. I'm not
I'm
a
not
fan
a
of this.
I'm not either.
Can I roll a read a 10 situation just to try to get a little more information?
Yeah, absolutely do it.
So that'll be a cunning. That's a 7, so I...
So that's a success. You in particular, it's probably a good thing that you're the one looking at this room. Because as you look around the room and you spot these trinkets, they're shiny. They immediately catch your attention. And then in a glass case on top of a particular table where there's a few tools like tweezers and like little scrapey tools, and there's like a fine brush for delicate work. There is an amulet that is identical to the one that you found previously in the pickle barrel. Except this one is pulsing with a glow.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Can I sneak into the room without revealing myself?
It would be difficult because the room is lit up. There is quite a lot of light down here, considering there are no windows. They've obviously gone through a lot of effort to make sure that whatever it is they're doing down here with all this stuff, they can view it clearly. So it'd be very
Okay.
difficult for you to stay in the shadows because there aren't really any.
I presume that pulsing thing is the most valuable thing here.
Oh yes, you know how valuable the one that you have is, and this one is basically identical to it.
Quillon.
Hmm?
What are you doing over there? You're just staring at it.
I imagine Quillen's eyes are like saucers. More than they normally are. I think Quillon is going to dive into danger without a plan. I'm going to get that thing.
Sure. You
Uh-oh.
take a few minutes to scout the room. You look for anybody in sight. You've got your eyes on the prize. And you dive into the room, you roll, you hide behind one cabinet, you dash to the next one, you're under a table, you're up against the back of another bookshelf, and then you're over to the table. You pull the glass top. off of this display. And immediately there's this wave over you. And you feel so calm and so at peace. Just so serene. And it's amazing. It's the most wonderful sensation. And you pick up the amulet. And it's warm to the touch. It's valuable, it's shiny, and it just makes you feel so good. And it's yours.
Huh. uh,
The rest of you all see this happen. There's no way that Quillon can hide in this room. It's too lit up. Like, the way he's darted through the room, there's no one in this room. And you see Quillon pick this up. And you see the noticeable, the minute he picks it up, the way his shoulders kind of like drop and lose tension. And he's got it in his hand and he's just staring at it. His eyes are as big as you've ever seen them when he's looked at something shiny and valuable. And then you realize that they've taken on a very familiar glassiness that you've seen before.
oh no.
Is it the... Wait, where have we seen this glossiness before?
They're the rabbits. Like
The
all their
rabbits.
eyes, they're all glossy and they're all weird. Quillon's weirder now. Oh,
Can I... How far is he from us?
He's on the other side of this room. It's a very large, round room.
Can I take my slingshot out and can I shoot the amulet out of his hand?
You can attempt it. Yeah, sure. Roll for me.
Alright. It's a finesse?
If
It's
that's
just
what your weapon
normal.
uses, then yeah, finesse.
Yep. Hey, let's go, Molevin!
hey, hold on.
What did you roll? Sorry, my foundry's
11.
gone again.
I rolled an 11.
Yep, you fling the slingshot. It sails true. It gets Quillon right in the hand, and the amulet goes flying across the room. It hits the floor with a ping, and then it skitters beneath a bookcase.
Does Quillon return to himself?
He blinks,
Is...
and there's sort of like a tension returns to him, but it's a, oh god, where did it go kind of tension.
He's still glossied in the eyes?
A little bit, yeah.
Valentino, do something!
Yeah, Valentino will actually do something for once, which is rare, but he's gonna rush into the room. Or maybe like jump, rather than like skitter across the floor. I'm gonna jump into the air and kind of glide towards him. I mean, I'm in a cave, this is my natural environment. And I'll glide across to them and then wrap my wings around their eyes and pull them away.
Well, and you're 1 minute you've got this lovely, lovely trinket in your hands, and the next minute one of your friends has shot at you, and now one has literally like they're trying to smother you. It feels like.
Guess who?
So they've shot you. They've taken your trinket away from you, and now they're trying to smother you.
Your friends have double-crossed you. Your friends are all traitors.
That's not what I said. It's for him to interpret. That's not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth.
I think that considering Valentino is my boss, as well as the fact that I know Valentino protects me, because that is his bond with me, I think I trust Valentino's judgment, even if I don't like it.
What about Molevin?
Okay, that is fair. What about Molevin?
Molevin, I if Valentino didn't immediately come in, I may have reacted, but
I may have killed him.
Yeah.
it may have been a dead mole.
That's not what they said. That's not what they said.
But I think that Valentino coming in, like basically like Quillon was immediately like drawing knives, like ready to like throw, and then like Valentino. What's going on, Valentino? What?
Well, something happened to you, Quillon. You weren't in your right mind. You look like one of those bunnies. Yes.
Nope.
Those bunnies have fallen for the same charm. Whatever that crystal, whatever that jewel is, it's making you lose your mind.
Yes, I didn't feel my plans. It was all my.
Yeah, as
all
far
my
as you're concerned,
schemes.
when you held it, Quillon, you were still yourself. You just felt so relaxed. You didn't have any of the stress that you had previously. But then when Valentino says this to you, like you weren't yourself, you're like, yeah, that's not me. Since when have I been that relaxed in my life? I've always been poised for danger.
Oh.
All of my comfortable paranoia went away.
No. There's my existential dread.
I didn't feel
We've
like
got
I
to get out
needed
of this
therapy
place.
anymore.
Yeah. Something must be wrong.
Something.
Look, whatever it is, I think they've unfortunately been mind controlled by these crystals, and they need to snap out of it.
Then I have. It is so shiny, though. But
It is, and I assure you, I would be very enamored by it as well, if it didn't make me lose my mind. There are other jewels just as shiny, and I can share with you all the wealth once we take over
you called for me?
Marquisiat. No, not that type of jewels.
actually, no. Yes, Jules, your hammer. Smash that thing.
Oh my god.
That's such a waste.
It
Yeah,
made me
wait,
please smash it.
Yeah, wait, I agree that could be a waste. Let's not be too rash.
No, smash it now.
What,
Okay.
what if only strong-willed people can, wield the amulet? Maybe I should go pick it up, see if it's okay.
No, smash it. Smash it before Ratthew touches it.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over, and like lift it up with my shovel, and
Okay. Before any of that, I did mention it's gone underneath the bookcase.
Yeah, the bookcases aren't that deep. I'll grab one of the wrenches from my toolbox, and I just how you get a toy from under the couch.
Yeah, you can kind of reach your wrench underneath it and kind of like flick it out from underneath without touching it. And then Molevin, you can scoop it up with your shovel.
Oh, and when it's from under the bookcase, I use that wrench to smack it.
Sure. Give me, is it a might? That you guys have? Might?
I can do might.
And tell me what you've got, because my foundry's gone kaput again.
That's 5 + 2 is 7.
Okay. You bring the wrench down on this amulet. And you bring it down really, really hard as you possibly can. You intend to smash this, and you know how sturdy jewels can be. Not you, Jules, but the jewel.
Hey, Jules is sturdy.
And there is a loud clang sound as the contact is made. But the gem doesn't break.
Uh-oh.
But it does stop pulsing. And just as you feel like this wave of relief in yourself, Jules, you start to feel that warmth, that I feel really good. I feel really zen. I feel really chill. and then you smack it with the hammer, the wrench, and the light goes out.
Uh-oh.
And again, that joy, that happiness, that calm vanishes. And you feel the weight of the responsibility you feel towards your research, towards your job, towards
Oh,
to
now I'll never
towards...
know how it worked.
That's not necessarily true. There's you
Ooh,
think maybe you've
Isn't there
just
more of
switched it
those
off.
things?
You don't think you've broken it. It seems too sturdy for that, considering how hard you hit this thing. But you think you may have turned it off somehow.
Smack it again.
You smack it again,
Yeah.
nothing
Turns
happens.
back on.
Okay.
Just go.
Are these
I think you got it, Jules.
are
Does
these
this-
what the Eerie used to keep everyone in line?
Ooh.
Look
Eerie?
at the books.
I mean,
Molevin.
have we seen?
Yeah, I guess while they're doing this, can I start looking around for anything else in this room of interest?
Yeah, absolutely. You look around the room. And as I said, it's like an archive, like the one you were in earlier, but it's twice the size. And there's a lot more interesting stuff in this place. The stuff that's upstairs is kind of like bog standard history. It's the stuff you've already read. It's in every single library. The stuff that's down here is stuff you've never seen with your own eyes before. This is stuff you've heard about. This is stuff that is kept behind locked doors. This is the stuff that knowing Valentino was going to get you access to. This is the history of Furfallen before the Marquis. The very beginnings of the Eerie dynasty. There are volumes of books down here that are so old, but they are marked by monograms that are from Molevin the First, Molevin the Second. They're not handwritten ones, they are reprints, but they are very early reprints. There are... Over time, language has kind of evolved. And some of the language that is used is... You don't understand it, but there are diagrams. And there are numbers. Numbers haven't changed. Numbers are still the same. So you can make out dates, and you can make out portraits that are sketched, symbols that are used in different clearings. And as you go through all of these archives, you make your way around the room slowly. And you come to the table where Quillon found the amulet. And there's a notebook. Like someone was working on this. And there's a diagram of the amulet. And someone has made enlarged sketches of the runes surrounding the gem. And again, it's this language that's kind of lost to time at this point. And then there's a handwritten note beside it that says the language of the birds. And then there's beneath that, there is a map of Furfallen that kind of predates what you know. It shows only a handful of clearings. And if, Chris, you can move the corvids off the board for me.
Oh.
Just temporarily, you can put them back afterwards. You'll see on the map that we're using for the main screen, in a couple of the boxes, so in Scrungledon, in Yellow Bell, in Loon Haze, there are small boxes and the letter R on them. And the R stands for ruins. And where Yellow Bell is, where Yellow Bell sits on the map, it is circled in red ink.
So there's a ruin with red ink on it?
Yeah, so whoever was doing the
Does it
work on
mean
this amulet and has made the notes on this amulet has put this circle on the map where Yellow Bell is. Specifically, they've done it in red. The others are all sort of circled in black. And Molevin, that's what you can discover from what you can make out in these languages. That's the extent of the knowledge that you can get from this right now. You think in future, if you studied the language, then you could definitely learn to reveal what was hidden in these old texts. But for now, the barest that you can make out with the help of the diagrams and the maps and the dates is that Yellow Bell was the key.
How much of this can I take with me?
I'm going to say you can take 2 volumes of the books.
Mhm.
As again, it's a whole archive down here, so it's a lot of books. So if you tell me specifically what books you're looking for, I can say that you've got those, and then obviously any information that you require from them, we can do on an ad hoc basis. You can definitely take the maps.
Yeah, I'll take the maps.
Mhm.
And then, what do you think?
Is there...
I'll take the
Hang on,
Molevin.
let Molevin finish first, and then
Yeah,
we'll come to
sorry.
you, Jules.
I'll take the Molevin copies 1 and 2. Like
Yep, you can
volumes 1 and
definitely
2.
take those.
Yeah.
Yep,
alright.
take those. Mark those on your sheet.
And then the
Okay, and then
maps.
you've got the maps as well, so make sure you write those down.
Ancient.
Right, Jules, what are you looking for?
Yeah. Molevin found diagrams. Is there any way I can take those or make copies so we can figure out how they relate to the amulet?
Yeah, absolutely.
If I...
It wouldn't take you long. You're very used
Yeah.
to drawing these kind of schematics and things like that. And the amulet isn't itself incredibly detailed. What you need to make sure that you get accurately are those runes.
Yeah.
But you are used to doing schematics with fine detail, so it doesn't take you very long. You just maybe spend a little bit longer than would be normally necessary to make sure that you've got them right. And then any sort of notes that whoever had done this have kind of scribbled. So like the language of the birds, etc., and like any keynotes.
I will ask as well. Oh, you go ahead, Zay. I wasn't.
No, that's it.
That was it, yeah? Okay, cool.
Is there a very small like book or folder that contains the missing pages from the book upstairs?
So, considering that Molevin found volumes 1 and 2 of the Molevin Chronicles, you start to look around to see if indeed maybe they are down here. And you start to hunt around. You're pulling open drawers. You're checking shelves for anything that looks like torn bits of paper. And it takes you a while, but eventually, under a paperweight, you find a single page. Not both pages, but you find a single page. And the number in the corner correlates to one of the missing pages from that book. But it's interesting. There's no text on this paper. It looks like it's blank. The only thing that's on this is the number of the page.
Invisible ink. Can I try to do the thing that you do to reveal invisible ink, what I think is like lemon juice and like a candle?
Yeah, I mean, there's candles down here. We can say that you've got a lemon in your conspiracy kit.
Yeah. I'll what's the film? I'm gonna steal
National
the Declaration
Treasure.
of... Yeah, I'm gonna National Treasure it.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you did that because that's exactly what this is. You take the sheet of paper over to a candle, and you delicately set down your tools, and you little bit by little bit, you put a little bit of like acid lemon juice, and then you hold it very carefully above this candle to add the heat. And ever so slowly, you start to see lines spread across it. And it is a sketch. And you, Quillon, as a part of the Corbett conspiracy, you know all the myths, you know all the tales. You've seen the standing stones, but you know never to touch them. A picture of a set of standing stones starts to appear on the page. You don't know which set, but then you glance back over at the map that Molevin has picked up, and you know that looking at the map where they are circled are where there are sets of standing stones.
This is bigger than all of us. Older than all of us. This
What,
is
the lemon?
Yes, the lemon is bigger
You've been
than
holding
you
it
all.
that long?
It's a really big lemon.
This is the biggest lemon I've ever seen.
It's huge. I mean,
Imagine all
when
the
you compare it to
lemonade.
that,
We can't tell anyone about this. We take this to our graves. We can't let anyone
When
know
they
lemons
say
this
that
big
life gives you
exist.
lemons,
this
cover the whole
bunny.
world.
This bunny brotherhood is hiding the history. We must expose them. We need to figure out what they want. What they're doing in Yellow Bell.
Yellow? Lemons? Ah, you see, it's all coming together.
that was not intentional.
Lemon bell.
It all makes sense.
It's just it makes sense.
Oh dear.
So they're using the crystals to mind control people. Something ley lines, and we've got to go to the ruins in Yellowbell?
This could put you back on the map, Valentino. A great history.
Yes. You could draw me right there next to Talonflake.
They couldn't ignore you in Talonflake if you discovered this. We could get your name back. Take control.
Well, I like the sound of that. Yes.
Crush your enemies underfoot.
Well, I don't want to be known as a tyrant.
Yeah, Quillon will walk this map, this drawing that's not been revealed over to Molevin to put in his book.
You see that Molevin is in a state of shock. He cannot comprehend how everything that he's known has just been a lie and how everything he is just been flipped on his head.
Knowledge beyond comprehension.
Yep.
This room is filled with more knowledge than you have ever been exposed to in your life. And the fact that even the language has changed in the time since your forebears, it means that mistranslation, misinformation, how much was true, how much was false, how much has been changed. It's up to you. It's you that needs to find the truth now. like what really happened. What is the mystery at Yellow Bell? What is the mystery with the Standing Stones? What is happening? What has happened?
You simply must tell the world, Molevin. Everything. All of it. You must unveil their dark conspiracy.
Yeah, you also don't have to, Molevin. If you didn't want to.
No, this is the story of my family. This is my purpose.
Just leave my name out of that story. I don't want to be. I don't want to be known as someone that exposed the entire world's secrets or whatever.
Oh yes, you can replace Ratthew with my name. You
Yeah.
can put it in twice.
Perfect. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ratthew, but I need to report the whole history.
Yeah, it's okay, but you didn't have to say I helped.
No,
We
Ratthew, this is only possible because of you.
I haven't done anything. I helped move the font. I didn't do anything. I didn't even touch the amulet I wanted to touch.
Your hands are covered in blood, Ratthew.
I haven't killed anyone
lemon juice.
today.
They look rather clean.
All these lemon, the lemon earth theory. It's all coming together.
All
Our
lemons
planet's
point to
just-
Yellow Bell.
Our planet's just a big lemon.
Right. Ratthew, is there anything you wanted to look at while you're down here?
Can I use my find cache ability just to see if there's anything else in here aside from the scary glossy amulet?
Absolutely. And it doesn't really take you long to find something. While the others are kind of faffing over like textbooks, scrolls, maps, that kind of shit is boring to you.
Nerds.
You want something tangible, you want something valuable.
Nerds.
You start sniffing around. You couldn't touch the amulet, and somehow it's been turned off now, and Jules is kind of fixed on figuring that one out. So you start looking around for something else, something that you can have, something that can be yours. And it doesn't take you long. You find another box, very similar to the one that you found upstairs. It's not locked. You open it,
You crack
and
it open.
there's more of those gems. There's a nice shiny gold ring in there with a lovely purple stone in it. It's stunning. You love it. And then at the very bottom of this box, you find a key. It doesn't look like anything special in terms of like the material that it's made out of. But something about it, it feels special.
And I've never this key wouldn't mean anything to me. Like I never would have seen any type of lock that this would go to. It's just a key that I feel like is special.
Yeah, it looks like an old key, like maybe for like an old fort gate kind of thing. But something about it just it feels like an adventure. It feels like it's meant to do something important. And it's weird. It's I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like it's meant to be more than in a box.
How fun. Well, I'm gonna obviously put the ring on under my big gloves. And then I'll go back to the literate nerds. And I'll go I'll show them, like, hey guys, I found this key. I don't know what it goes to, but I got a feeling about it.
Yeah, that's nice, Ratthew. That's nice.
You're a genius.
God,
You really
I
are.
don't-
You really are a genius, Ratthew. Very good.
You
Thanks.
feel like the nerds have no sense of adventure.
I feel like I'm being patronized a little bit here.
I wasn't being
I've got 3
sarcastic.
more just like that at home.
I was being sarcastic.
But this is how you know, Ratthew, that you and Molevin are now friends, like, officially. The fact that the insults now go both ways.
Okay, well, if we need a key,
I'm your guy.
don't come asking for me because no one wants to care about the key. But if you ask nicely, I can let you borrow the key.
Molevin will take his nose out of the book and look at Ratthew and be like, "You have a key? I've written it down."
Yeah, good.
We might need it to get into the ruin or something.
Yeah.
In yellow,
Valentino,
maybe?
is there anything that you
That's
would
me.
like to look at while you're down here?
Quillon. I need to
Yes?
check him over. That's what I'm looking at. I'm I'm making sure that there's no side effects left over from that crystal. So I'm very concerned, looking him over, checking his eyes.
Yeah, the longer that he's away from it, now that it's been turned off, and he's got his mind occupied with other things, especially things that are in line with his conspiracies, he seems more back to normal. The glaziness in his eyes is gone, and he's 100% back to normal as far as you can tell.
I think there would be one thing, which is Quillon. Valentino knows Quillon very well. That calmness, that whatever it was, you would see behind Quillon's immediate reaction to return to normalcy. I think Valentino would see real, genuine fear.
Mm. Yeah, are you feeling all right, Quillon? You
Yes.
you look worried. Concerned.
I don't like the idea
Perhaps-
of something like that. I heard stories from the conspiracy about things the Eerie used to do and use. I didn't quite believe it, I think.
Mm. Have you seen anyone else like that before? Like, I know the bunnies are peculiar, but you haven't seen anyone else in the Eerie dynasty like that before?
Can I think back to any history or any people I've met? Has this happened before to anyone?
I suppose that's a
Outside-
question for everyone.
There was...
Yeah.
So, Quillon, there was a time back in your early days with the conspiracy where you remember hearing a rumor, but you didn't think too much of it because it felt kind of boring compared to some of the big theories that are out there, the big reveals, the big secrets. There was you don't remember where. There was one of the clearings that maybe 10 or so years ago, there was a big hoo-ha where it was one of the first instances of the Marquis's children kind of going rogue in kind of their early days of getting their mother's attention. Almost like their rebellious teen years. And they had gone to one of these clearings and they'd rounded up a group of goats. And it resulted in murder. But the townsfolk of that clearing when questioned, when anybody had been asked about news. They were also calm about it. No one seemed bothered. Nobody seemed perturbed by the violence that had occurred. They just seemed calm and content. And then time went on, and it was like it was forgotten about. And the assumption was that the Marquis had kind of like swept it under the rug.
Whatever that thing is, it's the tool of true tyrants, Valentino. It was used to cover up a murder. And not Corvid's. It's the kind of thing that the conspiracy is against. It destroys freedom. It destroys one's desire and will. I didn't even want any of these other shiny things down here.
Then it's all the more important that we get to the bottom of this. And I'm wondering if it's possible if you were snapped out of it, perhaps we can save the bunnies as well, but I wonder, maybe it's been too long. You were only under that effect for a mere moment. It might take weeks for these bunnies to recover. Still, maybe they might have them on their person.
I will ask, is there a chair or location down here that looks like it has restraints? Like that they would tie someone down and force them to hold or to use the amulet?
No.
Okay.
The only chairs that appear to be down here are like those stools that have no back to them. They have no arms to them. They're just literal, like, bar stools. Or the sort of stools you'd find in a chem lab.
As much as I don't like the police, we should probably notify them about this place. We should take what we need and tell the sheriff. Preferably soon.
Yes, I'm worried. If we stay down here any longer, the bunnies might come to consciousness.
Yeah, I mean, we also gotta be careful. I can't really tell them we broke into a church and went down into their secret basement without asking and, stole stuff. I don't think we really get away with that.
Wait.
One.
It's
Who
kind of
stole
hard
stuff?
to
Molevin stole stuff.
prove they got brainwashing amulet if the one we found is deactivated.
All this and all these books here and stuff from the Eyrie, it's likely stolen.
It could be, but
Can we just not make them think it's just a bad dream? Restore the church to where it was.
We could.
No one has to know.
Then we should take as much. Then we
Dude,
should take as much.
How do we
from
get
them.
prestige? How do we get a name for ourselves if we're covering it up?
Well, we go
It's
to the
at this
ruins.
point where you all hear, or you feel it first, above you. Almost like clattering
Uh-oh.
above you, and it moves across towards the length of the tunnel. And then the droplets that are plinking down from above in that really calm, serene pattern, they shower down like they've been disrupted. It's like a cloud of rain and just showers down, and it's just really loud. It's like an alarm signal.
Oh no, my worst fears are
Oh.
coming true. We're gonna be caved in down here. Valentino starts to run towards the exit.
Oh, hold on.
Let's get out of here.
What are the walls made out of?
Stone. It's a dugout cavern that's
Okay,
kind of
never
been
mind.
reinforced.
Okay, so there's no like exposed dirt.
No.
Okay. Never
In
mind.
the tunnels, yes.
Oh.
But in this area, no. It's been reinforced to make sure that it
Oh,
doesn't
great.
cave in.
Where I'm running.
Yeah, if we go back to the entrance, I can dig us a way out. Me being a mole.
Away from the church.
Away from the church.
Did
So
we leave
at this
the
point,
amulet?
so I'm just going to say that where you came down through the church and you followed this tunnel for like a good 20 minutes, you're definitely well away from the church grounds. You'd maybe be like underneath maybe the market square when you're in the main archive area.
Okay. I will send a message. Like I will sort of like knowing it's a tunnel and that the corvid there's those two corvids up there nearby. I will basically just sort of let an echoing sort of hoot go out, like basically like make yourself scarce kind of like a warning.
Yeah. So if when they kind of hear your code to tell them to scatter, you hear them quickly say, "We hear a cart," and then they scatter. They do as they're instructed.
The cart is back.
Oh, it's a delivery.
Oh,
We could head them off.
Do we want to wait down here and ambush them?
We should
Was they
probably
going to see the bodies of all the rabbits?
Oh yeah, I guess we gotta go up.
Yeah. Can we make our way back to the church and like be ready to ambush the cart?
Yeah. So you can kind of go back up. And Friedrich is waiting for you still.
Yeah.
He and the other two have kind of been circling to make sure that none of the bunnies are kind of thing. They've essentially tied them up and sort of stashed them in like one corner. So that obviously if they can't run and get help and sort of things like that.
Yeah, I'd actually like to search one of the bunnies, see if they got these gems or jewels on them.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. You search them. They don't have any of the what look like these amulets. They have their holy symbols that they kind of wear, but those are just made out of wood. There's a very, very small gem in each of them, but they're not emitting any
like
light because you would have seen it in the darkness if they were emitting any light. The stone that's in them is it's like a yellow orange color, so like an amber, as opposed to a purple
not the same
stone.
No. Right, not the same ones.
No.
They must be keeping those jewels somewhere else on their person.
What if it has something to do with the water?
Oh. Well, that could explain it. I'm certainly happier to accept that than have to start doing cavity searches.
Nobody suggested that you would need to do that.
I'll take one for the team if you guys want me to. I'll do it.
No, Molevin makes a note of that.
Real team player.
With excavations.
Valentino, the team player.
All right, let's.
As this conversation is happening, you guys can hear the clattering of the cartwheels getting closer to the front of the church.
Yeah.
It's not far away now.
Okay, then I will find a spot for me to sneak to be ready
I would
to.
also like to sneak and get a. Can I get eyes on them before they enter the church, and see if I can just peek
It is
through
still
either the crack in the door or the window?
if you head towards the vestibule, um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say yes, but only because they've got torches with them. So it's the same kind of
Mm-hmm.
procession that was visible before. If they hadn't had those
Okay.
torches, I would have said no, just purely because you guys put out most of the candles in the church. But you do see them heading down the road, and you can see them gradually getting closer.
How many are there?
6.
Ooh, that's quite a big party.
And those are just the number of torches that you can count. There may be more, but they're the only torches that you can see, so about 6 at least.
Okay. All right. I'll mention it to the others. There's at least 6 of them. Are we sure we can take them? I mean, there's 6 of us, but
I may be able to knock some of them out with my poison.
all right. Let's hope we get the jump on them then.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna fly up to the rafters
Okay.
and be ready to drop down and descend upon them once they enter the church.
Yeah, you can 100% do that. What the rest are you doing?
Oh boy. Ooh. Okay.
I'm going to hide with my. There's like an upper level you had said, correct?
Yeah, like a whispering gallery that kind of goes around where a choir would normally kind of like be.
All right, Molevin will be up there in the rafters with his slingshot at the ready.
Okie dokie.
Ooh.
It doesn't say I could hide with this ability, but it says that I can gain access or escape a location by like squeezing into a tight space. Could I like hide in a tight space somewhere?
Yeah, absolutely. There's plenty of tight spaces in this place. You can hide under one of the like the long like what do you call them? The benches. You can hide under one of the tables. You can hide in the confession booth. Pick a place.
Okay, I'm gonna hide in the confession booth.
You hide in the confession booth.
I will coat my knives in some poison.
Okay.
As I wait, I will also go for the rafters along with or wherever I would find because I had seen them doing this before. Quillon will find a sort of a good point where it had seen where the rabbits would go past and like sort of like wait at the best location I could remember from the me watching them before.
Okay. And Jules, what are you up to?
Can I hide in the other end of the confession booth?
Sure, so one of you's in confession and one of you's in like the listening booth where the priest would
Yeah.
be. Sure.
Because I really
Free-
cannot hide, even if my life
Yeah.
depends on it.
That's absolutely fine. The confession booth is a good hiding place. I can't even say
Yeah.
it's not. It is. Friedrich will kind of hide himself in the shadows near the entryway, so that way, if anyone, like if any of the bunnies do kind of get the jump on someone, he's kind of there as backup.
Okay.
The 2 corvids that you told to scatter, Valentino, you get a glimpse of them outside. They're lurking in sort of like a dark alleyway, like opposite the church.
Oh, they're still watching. Okay, that makes sense.
The rest of the corvids are still looting the back rooms.
Okay, then our goals are to protect the back rooms.
And then after a few more moments, the cart rolls up.
Does
And
Ratthew
you
want to admit to any sins whilst he's in there? got the opportunity to father
Ratthew-
Jules.
Ratthew
Oh.
has never committed a single sin in his life.
Okay.
God's perfect creation.
Yeah, it's not. He's done no
Oh.
wrong. He's only been, he's been with people that do wrong, but he's never done a single bad thing in his life.
Beautiful.
And the All Father has watches over you, and he's forgiven you of all your sins.
The Allfather knows that's bullshit, but that's.
I am not one who judges.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm not the Allfather.
So yeah, the cart
Ah.
rolls up. You good?
I will spend a exhaustion so that I have a hold and disappear into the dark, so I can get a +3 on my first attack.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah,
Just
would
maybe
do
make
I-
make a
do I
note of
roll
that in the Foundry
sneak?
chat for me, please.
Yep.
Yeah. So
you need me to roll sneak?
yes, please.
Okay. Okay,
I got a
so
7.
my sneak is. Do you need sneak to get stuff? I don't know.
That would be finesse.
Do we all?
Finesse. Sorry. Yeah. If you're hiding, but you don't have the stat, it's still finesse.
Oh, really?
It's
Thank
that or
God.
Or
Luck.
luck?
it's that or you do trust fate and roll luck.
I should have rolled luck. I don't know why I
Alright.
rolled finesse. I have a -1.
Roll luck
yeah.
if you want to roll luck. I will let you guys choose because you guys are hiding and you're ahead of these guys in terms of ambush. So it's kind of like having advantage. So pick which one works better for you.
I'm fine. I got a 9. I'll live with my -1. I like it.
Yeah, I got a 9 too.
9.
Brenda.
Okay. You're all lying in wait.
7.
Alright.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like the third time I've tried to say the cart's rolled up and then someone's gone, oh, wait.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's not the wait. It's oh.
I
rolled
just
a 7.
want to check that you guys are definitely set before I carry on. We good?
Mhm.
Okay. The cart rolls up. And these bunnies sort of park their torches. And they're about to unload when they notice that the lights aren't on in the church. And there's a bit of a hushed whisper that goes through the group. And for a moment they stop what they're doing. And they pick up their torches again. A couple of them head towards the steps. A couple of them separate to the left and go around the side of the church. And a couple of them go to the other side of the church. The ones at the front don't come in the door yet. They wait. And for a while, you wonder what's keeping them. Those of you that can't see what's going on. And then from the back rooms,
Can
you start to hear
okay.
smashing of glasses and the thudding of wood.
Oh, they're
And there's a
breaking.
Oh
commotion.
boy.
There's a commotion happening in one of the back rooms.
Okay,
And
then I would.
that is where we are going to
No.
leave it for tonight.
Okay.
Oh, I was just gonna ask real quick because I do have listen in.
Mm-hmm.
Could I have used exhaustion to hear what that whispering was, like what they're planning to do?
So we can
Yeah,
get ahead of it.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. So when when you realise that they've not come in the door and it's been long enough that they should have started coming through right now. And then you start to hear the whispering. Your keen hearing picks this up. And you can hear the immediate concern that goes through them. There's no lights in the church. Something must have happened. Why would the candles go out? There's usually someone there. And these bunnies, these calm bunnies, they sound calm. They don't sound panicked in any way. They're almost having like a calm discussion, but they're whispering. All right, 2 of you go left, and 2 of you go right. 1 of you come in through the basement, and 1 of you come through the side chapel. We'll wait here,
I see.
and if it's safe, you come through the front doors, and then we'll come inside. We'll stay out here and protect the cart. And then that's when they split off from one another.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well.
So you still have at least 6 of them, but they have divided into sets of 2.
I could probably take out 2.
Yeah,
Well, that's what
you
we're-
reckon you can probably handle them when they do come through because they are bunnies. They're not wearing armor. They're literally priests in robes.
I
but
would
yeah,
have.
that is where we.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. You've built the tension as tight as a drum, I feel, and I can't wait for it to all unfold next session and see what this conspiracy is up to. Well, thank you very much for running, and thank you guys for playing. We'll be back next week, I should hope. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we'll be also live on Tuesday for the Roll for Story group as they expand their mind and break the fourth wall. And then
yours.
we're live again. Yeah, and mine. I think we're down Kirsty, unfortunately, but we'll still be able to play with the one down. And then on Friday, we're back with the Tomb of Annihilation dinner party, where they're hoping to either escape this island or figure out what these pirates are up to. And then back on Sunday as well for the Call from the Deep. So yeah, we'll see you all then. Bye-bye for now.
Bye,
Bye
everyone.
bye.
Bye.
Don't drink